Hello guys, welcome to Anime TMZ Talks. We know that Nezuko played a very important role during the Demon Slayer. But if she died when Muzan attacked Tanjiro's family, I am going to cover up to what anime has shown us, or maybe you can say it's season 2. If we think about it, there might be three consequences. The first is he would be trained by Urokodaki, the second is he might have trained by himself, and the third is he might have been trained by a non-Hashira. In this video we are going to talk what if he trained all by himself. The first thing that might have happened is that these two people, Gyu and Tanjiro, both would have gotten a very great and a very good conversation instead of the time that happened with Nezuko. As far as we know that Gyu had a very bad conversation and he showed us a very bad intro, like he was already looking like a villain trying to kill Tanjiro's sister. But still he was a very good character and showed us many ways that he is a good character. But this time Gyu would have had a very great conversation with Tanjiro. He would have told Tanjiro about everything about the demon world, and as this time he might not have seen the potential inside Tanjiro, by seeing which he told Urokodaki to train him, he would not have seen it and would have told him to try fighting the demons with the Nichirin sword. And with that, Tanjiro would have been trying by himself. As far as we know that this time Tanjiro had no backups from any types of Hashiras, or even if you talk about any types of non-Hashiras, this time Tanjiro would have been trying very hard, and at first he would want trying to get some types of breathing techniques by like Gyu. As far as Gyu would have told him at least the basics of the whole Demon Slayer, like the concentration breathing, he might have had been able to do any type of his own breathing style, or maybe he might have been able to show us the Hinokami Kagura from the start. Hinokami Kagura, which is also known as the dance of the fire god, that was done by Tanjiro's father, and Tanjiro's father used to do it while in the winter having a lot of fires around him, and Tanjiro saw his father doing this type of things. And with that, Tanjiro would have also realized that his father did this type of things. Tanjiro might have had also been trying to do this type of things so that he can avenge himself of the Muzan Kibutsusuki, so he can avenge himself and his own family, which would let him practice a lot. But still I think that this time Tanjiro would have been a very much more powerful, as this time he would have had his own breathing technique, which is Hinokami Kagura, that he once used to fight a very strong lower moon 6, and he was still able to almost cut his head. So I think that Hinokami Kagura would not have taken such long like it would take. But still there might be one thing that Tanjiro would not have known, that why he cannot do the Hinokami Kagura more than once, and this would let Tanjiro do that Hinokami Kagura and practice it as much as he can. This time it would not have been enough for Tanjiro, as he once did the Hinokami Kagura and would have again fall off. So this might be one of the most disturbing things ever Tanjiro would have felt. So he would try doing it again and again, so that this weakness of Tanjiro is gone, that he can do Hinokami Kagura only at once. And with that, Tanjiro would have shown us that continuous Hinokami Kagura power of him from the start. But this time the training of Tanjiro would have been intense, as we know that learning Hinokami Kagura continuously is very tough job. And with that he would have fought the hand demon without any problems. As far as we know that Tanjiro was even able to defeat this demon without any problems. as Tanjiro was able to defeat this demon only with his water breathing streaks, but this time he also had the Hinokami Kagura. He did not have the water breathing though, he had Hinokami Kakura, which may be a little of his reduction of stamina, but if we talk about strength or power, he can easily one-shot this little demon, which is nothing against Tanjiro during that time. And with this, the thing which will happen is Swamp Demon being dead. We know that Swamp Demon was a really powerful demon, but this time Tanjiro would not have caused problem fighting him. As far as he had Hinokami Kagura, I am not overrating it, but as far as I know that Nezuko's power and Tanjiro's power together would not have been able to defeat Tanjiro in his Hinokami Kagura form. As Hinokami Kagura is a lot much powerful, still the hand demon would have died, and this time it will be Inosuke. We know that Inosuke met Tanjiro while he was doing that job of fighting that past upper moon, but this time many people might think that it would take Tanjiro a lot of time meeting Inosuke and he would not have met Inosuke, but as for everyone's information, he would have met Inosuke like he did. And also the same thing that will happen with Zenitsu. As far as we know that Zenitsu was there at the mission with Inosuke, I don't think that there might be any possibilities that Zenitsu would have not met Tanjiro, as he also needs Tanjiro, and also he would have asked Tanjiro for his help. And I am not changing that timeline because, as I said, Tanjiro had taken 1.5 years almost for practicing his water breathing techniques, and with that he would have done is learning some types of new breathing style from Zenitsu. As we know that Zenitsu had shown us great thunderbolt power, and with that Tanjiro would not have been able to defeat that former upper moon with only his Hinokami Kagura, as he needed a lot of stamina fighting that. So this time this might be a very great chance for Tanjiro learning something that would be good for his stamina, and with that he would have learned maybe only that one technique of the electric, but this time he would be trained by another Hashira who trained Zenitsu, and so Tanjiro would have been more stronger. And with that, that thing will happen is there will be no death for Kyojiro Rengoku. As far as I said that Kyojiro Rengoku was dead because of Akaza and having no backgrounds after him, this time he had Tanjiro. As we know that Tanjiro would not have been exhausted this time fighting with the lower moon upper 3, it would have been more easy for Tanjiro for fighting this lower moon. And with that, I think that Tanjiro also had his thunder breathing style that would have helped Tanjiro a lot fighting Akaza, and this time Rengoku would not have died at least. I don't know, I think that Akaza might have been at least so much powerful that he can at least manage to escape, but he might not have had been able to make that big hole in the Kyojiro Rengoku's chest, because this time he had Tanjiro against him and also the Rengoku. And with that, the second thing we will know that Tanjiro's rage form would have been shown a lot earlier during that Akaza fight. If Tanjiro showed his full potential of the rage mode, there would have been no chance for Akaza fighting both of them, and he might have had escaped, or maybe might have had escaped seeing that sunlight, and they might have been able to protect Kyojiro Rengoku. As far as we could see that Tanjiro was able to easily simply beat Daki with his this rage form, and I guess that he might be as much powerful for defeating that Gyutaro even all alone by himself, and that is why I think that he might have been also a very great help from the start in Entertainment District Arc. And with this, the next thing that will happen is no injuries for Tengen Uzui. As far as we know that Tengen Uzui had very much greater injuries while he was fighting the upper moon 6 Daki and Gyutaru. This time he would have been trying very hard fighting both of them, and it might have been one of his most problematic things. But this time he had the support of Tanjiro with his thunder style and also his Hinokami Kagura that might have some godlike speed for Tanjiro that would have helped him. And I think that having Tanjiro's rage form or awakened from the very start, this might have been something a very great jackpot for them, because as I said that I think Tanjiro can easily beat Gyutaru and Daki in his rage form. He might have had shown his rage form again, and this time there might have been Tengen Uzui with him, and they both have been fighting Gyutaru and Daki, having the help of both Zenitsu and Inosuke. As we know that Gyutaru and Daki might have been a great problem fighting only with Tanjiro, but having this Hashira with them, there might have been no chance for them and they might have died a lot much sooner. And that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you should subscribe to my channel, like my video and share it to your friends. And that is it for today's video. The two other videos where Tanjiro would have been regularly trained by the Uroko Raki and also been trained by a non-Hashira, like maybe non-Hashira like Zenitsu. What could you think about the subsequences is going to come in the channel soon. And that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching.